Hello and welcome to another episode of Reworked. Fairly simple fix today. My son's 2001 e39 528i had been sitting for a while at student parking, and he had not used it for several weeks or months, and when he jump started it, he found the lights were kind of going crazy. No blinkers, no interior light of the instruments, headlights always on, just low beam when the car was on, no high beams at all, and the tail lights were on whether the car was on or not. So the tail lights remained on the entire time and then drained the battery again. So I've been told that with BMWs, when your battery is low, don't bother with any other troubleshooting because the battery or the low power until it's stable may be the problem. But in this case, I believe what I have is a bad light control module. So here it is, and it says BMW LCM on it, and it is mounted like this behind this piece of trim. Now this is the bad one because I've already done the fix. So I took the LCM off of a parts car I have and replaced the one here in my hand in this car, and the lights now work fine. I'll take you through the steps of taking away trim, unbolting the LCM, getting the three cables off of it. Since I didn't know what I was doing when I did it, I took the glove box out, and that was a mistake. I thought that there were going to be two bolts. As you can see here, one screw hole on the bottom on this piece of plastic, but the top is this U-shaped mounting point. So you don't, this is way up here or so on the other side of this metal, and you can't really get to it. So they didn't put a bolt, they put a stud that this slides onto just to hold it at the top, and then you secure it with the 8mm screw at the bottom. So since I didn't know that, I thought I had to be able to get to the top of the LCM, so I took the glove box out. That was extra work that didn't need to be done. So I'll take you through how we take it apart, and it's essentially one bolt, or the one screw, disconnect the three cables, reconnect three cables, put it back together, and then struggle with getting this piece of plastic back on correctly. The first step of getting to the light control module is to remove this piece of trim along the door sill. It's held in place by two snapping clips. They're plastic, and mine, I don't know if they're even attached. Pull it out, and now we can move the carpet, and we can see the light control module right here. So all we need to do is take out, let me turn and get a better light on. So here we see the light control module, and it's only held in place by one bolt, this 8mm hex, and then at the top it's got a piece of plastic that slides over a post. So we just want to pull it straight down and then wiggle it out after we take out this 8mm hex screw. So I'm using a nut driver. on this 8mm screw. We remove it. Now we pull the LCM down and rotate it forward, and we have these 3 connectors to undo. Now that we have the light control module unbolted from the right footwell and out in the open, we're going to remove these 3 electrical connectors. The one in the middle has a lock. As you pull it back, it rotates it out. The other 2, I worked for a long time trying to figure out if there was a lock of pressing any of this in. These ones on the end do seem to press in, but what I found is whether I press in or not, eventually you pull it out and you see this peg on the other side of the connector. It'll move down these slanted lines and push the connector off, so you pull back some and then rock it until it goes off. I'll set this on the tripod and show you. So assuming this is locked, I'm going to press in. Alright, slides back to about there. And then start wiggling it while pulling it back. And it was pretty difficult the first time. There we go. Same on the white one on the other end. There we go. So now we have the old light control module out, and then installation with the replacement module is the reverse. Press in and then slide the connector forward and it snugs it down. Then the middle one that has the rotating lock. And now the black slide one. There we go. So now we need to get it back in place where this opening goes around the peg that's up behind the metal to the right of the glove box. And then we're going to put the 8mm screw bolt back in here. And you'll have to kind of tuck the wiring harness in as you do this. Okay, I can't see the peg up here, but I can feel that the top is not able to move back and forth. So now we'll put the 8mm bolt in place through that hole. Okay, so now we've got the LCM in place. Let me take our 8mm nut driver. It's hard to see the hole it goes into. There we go. So we tighten that down, and now the LCM is back in place. Because I was unsuccessful in snapping this piece of trim back in with the piece of snaps clips already in place in the trim, and then looking for the holes in the metal, I've decided to put the clips into the metal and now try to locate it and slide. They go into opposite directions. Well, it can't be any worse than what I had before, so I'll try it. I got that bottom one on. All right. There. That one. That worked. Okay, so when I did that, it had the two snaps were already in the sidewall of the metal, and this piece of trim has a slot with a U pointed this way, and the top one is a U pointed this way. And I got the bottom of the trim here under the sill plate, and then pushed the piece of trim so that the U went over the snap, and then I pulled it as far up as I could, pressed in, and brought it down so that the plastic piece of the U on the piece of trim went over the snap, and it's now in place. Now we need to put on this piece of door sill trim to hold this carpet up where it goes. It's got one of the clips stayed with the piece of trim, and the other one down here is missing, so it is here in its spot on the wall. So we have to try to slide that one into this slot. And then once we've got it slid on, we'll also we have to get this under this edge. Having put it all back together, now we'll test it. Blinkers work, high beams work, and I've already gotten out and looked at the lights on the outside. Everything's back to normal. So this is a fairly simple fix, assuming you can get a cheap LCM from a parts car or a pick-apart lot or off eBay, and not that hard to put in. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.